Hey, what's up? It's your boy Jrob, back at it again, making a video finally. I know, finally. And today, I'm going to be talking about a trip that was planned by my camp, and it's called the Liad trip. Basically, it's a 12-day trip where my age group goes on a trip to embark on, to get to know each other way better, to connect more as a group. That's what it's meant for. And Liad basically spells out lead, but we pronounce it Liad. I don't know. I didn't create it. It basically stands for leadership, exploration, development. No, leadership, exploration, awareness, then development. So we're supposed to like get better at those traits. And yeah, so basically I'm gonna be telling you a lot of, not everything what happened on a trip, but a lot of the stuff, because I had a lot of fun, had a lot of experiences. So yeah, it was pretty fun. So to prep for the trip, we had to wash the van. No other group had to do this, but we had to wash the van. And I remind you that we had a new trip out of all the other groups before us. We had a new trip. So yeah, we had to wash the vans. I was tight about that. I just turned the water on. I didn't do anything else. I just sat there. It was like, just gonna wash the vans. And we're not supposed to bring our phones to camp, but we did, because we're bad like that. So the counselors, right before we left for the trip, they took all of our electronics that had internet, because the hotels that we're going to go to, they obviously were going to have Wi-Fi. We're going to check our Facebooks if we did. And some kids did that because, you know, they went on the hotel's computer, but it's whatever. But yeah, so we did that. The counselors did that. They took our phones away. That's another thing that happened before the trip. So the day we leave for the trip was a Tuesday. The day we left was a Tuesday. They assigned us in vans. We couldn't pick. We had to be in a van but my van was pretty chill. We had less than everybody else. There was like 9 people in one van, 9 people in another van, and then finally my van had 8 people. So add that up together, you'd get 26 kids. And the counselors, they had this, and we had 6 counselors on the trip. So yeah. So basically, our first stop on the trip was, I'm looking at a piece of paper because I had to write it down because I do not remember this off the top of the dome. So our first stop was at the Basketball Hall of Fame, and my group, we actually went there first. My van came there first because our GPS was right, so we got there first. I'm happy about that. So yeah, it was in Springfield, Massachusetts. It was pretty fun, the Basketball Hall of Fame. I mean, I got to play basketball in there. Like, they had a real court in the Basketball Hall of Fame. They had a lot of exhibits. It was really nice, especially that I am a fan of basketball. So that's why. But we missed one event because the other vans came late. So it's whatever. And then after we left the Basketball Hall of Fame, we went to the hotel and we ate pizza for dinner. And at that dinner, we got a riddle from one of our counselors what our next day's activity was. And he was like, "Not one flag." And everybody just started yelling and screaming in the hotel. I don't know why they were yelling, but I was like, "Oh yeah, we going to Six Flags, mother!" And I was just so ecstatic. So yeah, we got the announcement that we were going to Six Flags. Had a good night's sleep. Well, I really didn't, because I had to sleep on a makeshift bed, because there was 3 kids in each hotel. So like, you know, there weren't enough beds, obviously. So I didn't want to sleep with no dude the first night. Because, you know, I just didn't want to. Like, another night I did, but I slept like one other way and the other guy the other way. It's whatever. And we just did not sleep too close to each other because that's a little weird. Okay, let me get off that topic. But anyway, the next day, we obviously went to Six Flags. And that was Wednesday. Six Flags New England, if you did not know. And before the trip even started, we had breakfast at the hotel. And I was kind of iffy about going on roller coasters because I'm not really a roller coaster fan, but I said for the heck of it, you know, why not? Why not? So we arrive at Six Flags. It is like 98 degrees, and me, out of all people, I'm wearing a black hat, a black shirt, not this black shirt, but I was wearing black shorts, black socks, black sneakers. Like, come on, son. It was 98. I was baking out there. And I had my sunscreen. Everybody was asking for my sunscreen because it was SPF 50. Everybody else had SPF 30, SPF 15. Like, SPF 15? Come on, son. Come on, that's not gonna help you. So anyway, yeah, everybody's trying to use my stuff, and there were mad other camps at Six Flags that day, and we were trying to get into Six Flags. It took a good 30 minutes to get in with our tickets because there was so many people. It was so crowded. It was so hot. Like around all those people, it was like 100. Yo, it was crazy. So they put us into little groups of like 6 or 5. In my group, we had a few kids that really like roller coasters, and a few kids that didn't like roller coasters. So yeah, you know, it's a mix between them, you know. So on the first roller coaster I went on was Goliath, and some of you guys may know about that, some of you guys might not. This is the Goliath at New England, not the one at Magic Mountain. So this is a different Goliath, has 2 towers, and I immediately went to that ride. And it took an hour for the lines to move. I thought it was going to take 30 minutes, but the ride for some reason like messed up, like malfunctioned. So they had to do a test run without people, and then another run with people, and then after those people, it was my turn to go on. And yo, it set us back so far up the tower, and when you're on it, on the tower, when you go back, you're like laying on your seatbelt, like no joke, you're laying on your seatbelt, you're like on your seatbelt like that. And then they shoot us mad fast, and we do a bunch of loops. It was crazy. And then we go up another tower when we're laying flat on our back like that. And then they shoot us back down to the same tower, and then the ride is over. And that was crazy. Like, I was so amped up. I couldn't wait to get on other rides. Another ride I went on was the Batman. I mean, I kind of like the Batman. It had a lot of loops and stuff, but you know, the loops don't get me like that. But the Mind Eraser, oh my god, tell you about loop-de-loops. The Mind Eraser is crazy. If you go on one ride, the Mind Eraser, you should go on it. But after going on all the rides, the main ride was the Bizarro. And before we even went on after Bizarro, we went on other rides. But the other rides I went on were like 2 water rides. One water ride, I don't get the water rides. They say, you could, on the roller coaster, they say you could leave your stuff on the side, but on the water rides, they say, oh, you gotta hold your stuff. Like, come on, we're on a water ride, it's gonna get wet. Out of all rides, you say you gotta hold your stuff on the water ride? Come on. Come on, Six Flags. Come on, Six Flags. Anyway, the water rides, they were bugging out, so the ride that we had to get on was the Bizarro, and I was on that line shaking like a little chicken. But I went on that ride, and yo, I was so high. I saw the river, and when we dropped, oh my god, it was crazy. After every ride, I lost my voice because I was screaming so much, but I enjoyed it. The Bizarro was crazy. You went underground. It was just, the Bizarro is a crazy ride. I recommend going on that ride. Go on the Bizarro. Ew, I don't know what that is. But anyway, we finished Six Flags. We had a bunch of fun. We were there from like, I don't know, 11 to 7. So we had a lot of time to have fun. But you know how long rides are. When it got later at night, the rides had shorter lines. So I kind of like that. So yeah, and that, going to Six Flags, that might help me going on other roller coasters. So I might want to go to Dorney Park. So yeah. Yeah. So Wednesday passes. We sleep in a hotel again for that night, I think. Yeah, we sleep in a hotel again that night. And then the next day, we go to this camp called Camp Kenwood in Evergreen. And Kenwood is the boys' camp, and Evergreen is the girls' campsite. So basically, it's separated. We had a tour. You know, it was because it started raining. And when it started raining, we didn't do any activities. All we did was play basketball in this gym. And they were going to make us sleep in that gym. Our counselors were not having that, so we ended up sleeping in the nurses thing, because I guess in their attic they had like about 14 beds. So we had enough dudes to sleep up there in that attic or whatever it was. It was kind of nice because they had an AC up there, a few fans, a sink. So I wasn't complaining because the girls had to sleep in a little dance hall on yoga mats, and we had beds. I ain't even mad though. So yeah, our time at Camp Kenwood in Evergreen wasn't the best because the dinner, it was burgers, but they were pink. And then our evening activity was watching 2 episodes of Modern Family. Wasn't even funny. I really didn't get to talk to anybody there. I said one thing to one girl, and that was it. That's it. Like, they were not engaging with us at all. So yeah, we leave that camp Friday, and that same Friday we go all the way from New Hampshire, that's where the camp was, to Portland, Maine. And yo, Portland, Maine, we arrived at this dock, and at that dock we took a boat, no life vest, went to this island called Cow Island. And the counselors didn't want to say anything, but we kind of found out what we had to do. And this thing called ripple effect, we couldn't take showers for 3 days. No joke. I'm so serious. Like, they didn't have showers on that island. And yeah, so ripple effect, basically, it's like an escape because you don't have electronics. You sleep in a yurt. Look it up. I don't want to have to describe it, so just look it up, alright? Yeah, and we had to sleep in these sleeping bags. I didn't want to sleep in it, but that first night was so cold, I just had to go in there. So the first day, we really didn't do anything. We just had like an orientation, you know, trying to get used to what we were going to do. The dude said we had to wake up at 6 o'clock, go to breakfast at 7. Wait, it's the summertime. Who wakes up at 6 o'clock in the summertime? Come on, man. So yeah, the first day we didn't do anything. Dinner was, I don't really care. But come on, man, 6 o'clock? We didn't wake up at 6 o'clock. We woke up at 7, we got to breakfast late. Every day we came to breakfast late. So I'll just put it like that. Every day we came to breakfast late. So it's Saturday, day 2 at Ripple Effect. Also mentioned the first day of Ripple Effect, we got to swim in the ocean. And it was pretty nice, pretty cool. I said the water was so salty. Oh my God. Whew. And when we brush our teeth, we have to spit it into the ocean. And where I was staying, my yurt was by this secret beach. Like, in the morning, you know, you could see the beach, but at night, the tide comes in, and it's nowhere to be found. So that's why they call it a secret beach. So anyway, Saturday goes by, and no, Saturday doesn't go by. It's Saturday, today. Well, not today, Saturday. Oh my God, the day is Saturday. And that day, my group, we made a group name, and it was called, The Young and the Beverless. I don't care what it was called. I just went with it. And what we had to do was ziplining. That was our activity of the day. And ziplining was so fun. I was not scared at all because I always wanted to go ziplining. And it was so fun. It was crazy. It was sick. It was nasty. It was everything in between. I loved it. Not everybody went ziplining. But, you know, it's alright. It's alright. So, Saturday... Also on Saturday, we were making we were just at the table after lunch, just sitting there making beats. Sitting there making beats. Sitting there making beats. Like, we were just sitting there making crazy songs. And also on that Saturday, well, the day before that, we had like a little campfire. And it was really fun that day. So yeah, Saturday goes by. It is now Sunday at Ripple Effect, and we had kayaking. Did we have kayaking? Yeah, because we also had to do this thing called the flying squirrel on Saturday, but not everybody did it. So yeah, we had kayaking that day, and that was going to take up a lot of time because we were going to kayak all the way, kayak to this place called Long Island. Not the Long Island I'm on in New York, Long Island in Maine. So yeah, we had to kayak there. They said the most it would probably take is 45 minutes. And we had to like get a tutorial on how to kayak. I mean, come on, I've been on boats before. I know how to paddle. It wasn't that hard at first. It wasn't really that hard. So when we were kayaking, we had to stay in like a diamond formation so nobody goes out because boats are crossing. Also, we have to watch out for that. And yo, the waves, when we were in the middle of that ocean, it was so crazy. Those waves were crazy, and I thought I was gonna tip. I didn't tip. My counselor tipped over, so I was getting a kick out of that. So we made it to the island, to the other island in 25 minutes, so that was pretty good. And at that island, we went pier jumping. You could look that up. We just jump off this pier. It's probably 20 feet over the water. Yo, I jumped in with my friend. Yo, I smacked my head into the water. It hurt so bad because I hit my head because my friend, we were holding hands because he was kind of scared too. So I grabbed him, and he left late, so I was leading with my head, and it hurt bad. I didn't go again, but a lot of people did go again. My counselor, she went again. What the heck is that on TV? Okay, yeah, whatever. My counselor, she went again, so, yeah. Also that Sunday, we had, That's Sunday. What did we do? Ooh, what did we do? Oh yeah, that Sunday we also had to finish our flying squirrel. The flying squirrel, they pull you back and then you go up on the harness in the air. There's pictures on my Facebook. It's really fun. It's really fun. So yeah, that's what we did. And also Sunday was the last night we were there at Ripple Effect. So we had a campfire and we had to reflect, like they said, this thing called a high tide or low tide. Was your high tide of the thing? And I said the high tide was doing all these fun things, but my low tide is obviously not taking showers. So yeah, Monday comes around and that's when we leave, and I was so joyful to leave because I got to take a shower and we were going to Boston. So yeah, I could not wait to get on that. I could not wait. So we left the island. We went to Boston because we had to go back down to Boston. And you know, the first day at Boston, they had a better hotel room than the other hotel, but they didn't, like, the hotel room didn't look as big. I don't know, that's just me. Yeah, Boston was pretty good the first day. I didn't go with the other kids. Like, they asked who wanted to, like, go look at the town that first night. I didn't want to go. I just wanted to chill. So I just chilled out. And two of our kids, they left because one had to retake the Regents and the other one went on a cruise. So they left in Boston because one of the counselors was going to, like, drop them off or whatever. So basically the first night I didn't do anything in Boston. The second day in Boston, we had, like, this Black Heritage thing. And it was a nice walk until it started raining. And that just messed up the whole thing. And it was horrible after that. Because after that, we were going to go to this bazaar or whatever. But it was still raining. So we couldn't go. And I was mad. I wanted to use my money. And I couldn't because it was raining. So after that, we went to this place called Rock Bottom for dinner. I had this burger called the 2 a.m. burger. It had hash browns, bacon, egg, cheese on a burger. Like, come on, man. But I couldn't taste the hash brown because it was under the burger. Like, come on. Why would you put the hash brown under the burger? That's stupid, son. Come on, son. But yeah, it tasted really good. I'm not even gonna lie. And we went to this play called Sheer Madness. That play was crazy. And we got there, like, just in time. Like, we were running. We were on the clock. Like, we had to get there. And we got there just in time. So yeah, we got lucky. And the play was really funny. Like, you gotta look up that Sheer Madness. It is really funny. Go check that out. So that night we slept in Boston again, you know. And that Wednesday, because we're on Wednesday now, the day we woke up, we had breakfast. And we were going to this camp called Camp Walt Whitman, I think. Is it? Yes, we were going to Camp Walt Whitman. And basically, we arrived at Camp Walt Whitman, which was in Vermont. We had to go all the way back up to Vermont. Come on, B. And it was so cold. Like, no joke. Like, for real, it was like 40 degrees. And I was wearing a t-shirt and shorts. At least I had long socks on, but still, it was mad cold. I was freezing my butt off. And it's the summer. How is it like 40 degrees? Come on. That makes zero sense. Like, I know we're in Vermont in the mountains, but come on. So yeah, Camp Walt Whitman, they had pretty cool kids at dinner. They actually had fish. I'm like, camp with fish? I don't know to trust it, but that fish tasted good, so I'm not going to complain. Fish was pretty good. Not going to complain. That night, we slept in this dance studio, but the dance studio wasn't that bad. I mean, it was pretty cool sleeping in there. But when I woke up that day, woke up on a Thursday, oh my God, I got the worst cramp in my life. And some of the activities we did there, we had like this relay race. My team did pretty good. And we just hung out and talked to people. Pretty much. And that Thursday, that was day 2 of Camp Walt Whitman. We woke up, I played a little tennis, ate lunch there, and we had bread bowls. Oh my God. Oh my God, those things were so good. I had the beef stroganoff. I wanted to get another, but I couldn't get another because I ate all the bread, you know, so it's whatever, man. So that Thursday, we also went to the Ben & Jerry's factory. Yes, we went to the Ben & Jerry's factory, and it was whack. We waited 30 minutes to go to our tour because we had to wait 30 minutes, and it was like a 5-minute tour, and they give you like this size of ice cream. What we gonna do with that? Come on, son. Other kids, they bought ice cream. I didn't want to buy ice cream. Like, I'm not gonna waste my money on food. Well, I did, but yeah, I contradicted myself. But anyway, yeah. The Ben & Jerry's factory was kind of whack to me. I did not like it. Some kids like, yeah, I loved it. Ice cream. I'm like, yo, it was whack. Come on, we could have done better stuff than that. So, we slept in a hotel that night in Vermont. There was not a lot to do. And the counselors totally G'd us because there was a Buffalo Wild Wings. Like, oh yeah, we're going to get the kids Buffalo Wild Wings. Yeah. We got 7 wings apiece and like this much of fries. Come on, 7 wings. 7 little itty bitty boneless wings. Had me starving. And these 6 girls, they came late to the dinner and I was wondering why. I don't know. And we had a serious talk about the LEAD trip because some people weren't exhibiting what LEAD meant. Leadership, exploration, awareness, and development. So we had a serious talk. And then when we went back up to our hotel rooms, they were trashed. After that serious talk, our rooms were trashed. Like, come on, you're gonna do that after that serious? Come on. Makes no sense. And it was the 6 girls. And one of the counselors, he helped out because he had the room keys. So obviously, yeah. Yeah, so he really effed us over with that one. But you know what? It's all good. And all these hotels have some weird sinks. Like, I would take like 2 minutes to learn how to turn it on. Like, come on. Make it user friendly, please. Make it user friendly. Anyway, after that, we left the hotel in Vermont. I could not wait because Vermont was so dry. We took a ferry to Plattsburgh, and that was on a Friday. Yeah, we took a ferry to Plattsburgh, and Plattsburgh, they had a college called Plattsburgh State. We went on a nice tour. We didn't eat lunch there, but we did go on a nice tour. We ate Wendy's that day. After the tour, we went bowling. Yeah, we went bowling, and it was pretty nice going bowling. And after we went bowling, we came back. We just hung out in the lounge, played pool. I actually won my first game of pool. I never played pool, and I actually won. Because when he hit the 8 ball in, he also hit the cue ball in. And when you hit the cue ball and the 8 ball, the other person wins. So I won. Hoorah. But anyway, we just hang out. And when we were at Plattsburgh, it was like, I'm not going to be, it's not racist, but I saw mad Asians like cooking ramen or something. I was like, what's that? I saw them cooking. I'm like, yo, what you doing? And also, we ate dinner at Plattsburgh. It was not, I thought going to a college, we were going to eat some good food. It was not the best food. Like, come on, son. Come on, it's a college. Like, they had good pizza. That's it. Their fries were, Like, come on. Come on. Come on. But yeah, it was alright. It was cool. So that Saturday, we went to this camp called Camp Walden. Well, yeah. The day after Plattsburgh, we left Plattsburgh and went to the camp called Camp Walden. And Camp Walden was, it was pretty cool. Pretty cool. And I have to tell you a story that only happens in movies. So the first day, we were going to go on these inflatables in a lake. And it was really cool, but I didn't have swimming trunks, so I used basketball shorts. So yeah, going on the inflatables with the slide was pretty cool and all that, the trampoline. Yeah, it was pretty cool until we had to go tubing. And when we went tubing, we were going mad fast, and I could barely hold on to trying to regain my balance the whole time. And when we hit this wave, I fell off the thing, and something else fell off. Because when I was feeling around, I was like, what am I missing? And I see my red shorts floating right behind me, and my friend is laughing, and I had to grab those. I was butt naked in the lake. I'm just gonna put it like that. I had a life vest on, so I wasn't gonna die. But I was butt naked in the lake, and I could not feel more embarrassed. But you know, it's alright. And they had some killer basketball courts. They had, I went go-karting. Like, that camp was popping. And we played tennis baseball, so basically you hit the ball with a tennis racket so it goes further, and everybody is good at it. So yeah, I had a lot of fun at that camp. It was that Saturday. So after that Saturday, we left the next afternoon. We played a little bit basketball in the morning, you know. So yeah, it was pretty cool, I met some cool people there. A lot of them were from Canada. So yeah, and that camp also had the most percentage of black people from all the camps we visited. They actually had a decent amount of black kids. I could not believe my eyes. Because we're like the only other camp that's like predominantly black and Spanish, so whatever. So anyway, Sunday, also the last day of our trip. No more hotels. Oh, that sucks. And we left Camp Walden and we went back to camp, but it was a long drive getting back to camp because we went from Diamond Point, New York, all the way back to like around White Plains, and it was a troop. It was a long drive, and on that drive we went to CVS. We had to stop because kids had to pee. I used my money to get some Snickers. They weren't even popping. I don't know why I wasted my money. And yo, I bought a pack of gum. Half of it was gone because everybody saw it. Oh, give me a piece. Give me a piece. Like, give me some gum. Like, come on. It's my gum. Jrob gum. Stop. So anyway, yeah, we just sitting there in the van. We get all the way to this Chinese buffet. We eat at the buffet, and yeah, took a giant doo-doo in that place because that Chinese food got to me. And after that, it was like 10 o'clock when we got back to camp, and some people gave us welcomes. Anyway, another Jrob video. Check out my other videos. I didn't tell you everything, but I told you a detailed look. So anyway, this has been another Jrob video. Peace, Liad Trip. You know what it is.